Good afternoon, students. In my last class, I taught you about the sound, sources of sound, and how sound travels, and the waves of sound, and characteristics of sound. Regarding the characteristics, frequency, time period, amplitude is necessary to know. Then the loudness and intensity of sound, in which the sound can be distinguished by feeble sound from a loud one from the same frequency. Now today I am going to start about the portion that is reflection of sound. Like light, sound also gets reflected. Let us perform some activities through which we can get a vivid idea about the reflection of sound. For this experiment, we need to gather 2 sheets of chart paper, adhesive tape and a double clock. 2 identical pipes need to prepare for rolling the chart papers. Then use the tape to hold each pipe firmly. Place then a table close to a wall. Arrange one of the pipes on the table at an angle to the wall as in the picture, like 60 or 45 to 60 degree approximately. Now place one end of the other pipe close to the wall end of the first pipe, and then try hear the sound of the clock from its other end. Then adjust its angle till we can hear the clearest sound of the clock. Draw a line at approximately 90 degrees to the wall where the 2 pipes can meet. This is called the normal. Then measure the angles between each pipe and with the normal. This experiment can show us the sound wave passing through the first tube hit the wall and then gets reflected at the same angle through the other tube. In this position, we can hear the sound the best because our ear is in the line of reflection, like the picture. So, as usual, for the reflection of sound, we need to add some idea about good and bad reflectors of sound. That is, hard materials with smooth surfaces such as metal, non-metal alloys, cement, that is cemented walls, are good reflectors of sound. Soft or porous materials like clothes, carpets, paper, thermocol, asbestos are bad reflectors of sound. Then, in other words, we can say that the bad reflectors are the good absorbers of sound. Then echo. What is echo? An echo is a repetition of sound produced by the reflection of sound waves from a reflecting surface. This property we can't be able to hear in a small room. Why? Because our brain retains some effect of every sound for 1/10 of a sound, that is 0.1 second. Means every effect of sound is coming in 1/10 of a second fraction and cannot be distinguished between 2 different sounds if they reach the brain within the same duration of 1/10 of a sound. We cannot distinguish each other sound waves. For that reason, echo can't be heard in a small room. Right. In order to be heard as 2 distinct sounds, the 2 sound signals must reach the brain at a time interval of more than 1/10 of a sound. That is why in a small room we can't hear it. This is the reason why the walls, ceilings and floors of auditoriums and cinema halls are covered with sound absorbing materials such as thick soundproof tiles, curtains and carpets. Minimum distance required for occurrence of an echo. This echo means the coming back, reflection of the sound coming back to the speaker. We can calculate it, through which, because the speed of sound, as we know that in air it is 344 meter per second, and the minimum time required to hear of an echo is 1/10 second, that is 0.1 second. So the distance travelled by sound in 0.1 second equal to 344 meter per second into 0.1, that is 34.4 meter. As the sound travels twice between the source and the reflecting surface before an echo is heard, so the minimum distance required between source and the reflecting surface should be the half of the distance, that is 34.4 divided by 2. We will get 17.2 meter. That is the minimum distance from the reflectors and the speaker to get the echo or the reflection, that is 17.2. Based on this condition, we will be going to learn few more numerical problems also afterwards. So echo is very important for you, and you need to know how echo is created and how we can derive the formula by using the sound waves passing time, that is 17.2 meter is the distance between the reflector and the speaker, and or you can say reflector and the object, and the total distance traveled by the sound for creating the echo is 34.4 meter. And one more thing, in 0.1 second the sound is reflecting or hitting in our brain. Remember it, these are the important one. Next, conditions required for occurrence of an echo. It is necessary for the minimum distance between source of sound and the reflecting surface is around 17 meter, because we have to get the echo minimum distance with 17.2 meter, as you know, already just told you. There is a high wall or a high rise building required which can act as a reflecting surface, and firstly sound is loud enough so that it reaches the receiver after reflection. Based on this reflection of sound like echo, we are getting an application, very popularly used application this is, that is sound navigation and ranging is an instrument that uses to the concept of echo, which is known as sonar, SONAR, to measure the depth of the ocean. This instrument produces and transmits high frequency sound waves towards the seabed from the ground level to the ship level. That is, after striking the seabed, these waves are reflected upward and received at the again in the sea level, in the ship level. The time elapsed between transmitting and receiving back these waves is recorded using the speed of sound in water as 1560 meter per second at 20 degrees centigrade, and the elapsed time, the depth of the seabed can be easily calculated. So based on this conception, we will be going to know few numericals also. Later I will explain it. So next, go for the audible and inaudible sounds. Human beings can hear sounds of frequencies between 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz. This is called the audible range. Vibrations below 20 Hz and above 20,000 Hz are not audible to human. So we can categorize them in two halves. Like within sound frequencies which are between 20 to 20,000 Hz are known as sonic sound, and the vibrations below 20,000 Hz is called infrasonic sounds, and those are having 20,000 Hz, they are called ultrasonic sounds. Some animals such as deer, leopard, dog can detect ultrasounds. Bats to send a series of ultrasonic sound waves that strike against the objects in their path to flight and send back echoes to the bat's ears. These echoes help them to avoid collision with objects at night or to fight their prey. Used on these ultrasonic vibrations, we are getting few practical examples also, like we can find the depth of oceans using sonar, locate and track the submarines, detect faults, holes, cracks or corrosion of materials. We can treat Parkinson's disease and detect the presence of tumor or abnormal growths in human bodies. Another portion, that is the speed of sound in different medium. Sound energy travels with a certain speed in a given medium. The speed of sound in a medium depends mainly upon the elasticity and the density of the medium. Elasticity is the property of a medium to regain its shape after being stretched or compressed, and the speed of sound increases as the density of the medium increases. So, based on this property, we are having two conditions, that sounds travels better through solids than through air, and one more conclusion is that the sound of striking stone is heard clearly, which can prove us that it travel better through a liquid medium than through a gaseous medium. So based on this property, we can categorize the sound: solid, liquid and gas. Next is noise pollution. Noise pollution, as we know earlier, almost everyone is known to this word, because the honking of vehicles, loudspeakers, engines of automobiles, trains, aeroplanes, workshops and so on has the harmful effect of our physical and mental health due to caused by the noise pollution. This type and level of sound which has harmful effect on our ear or on people, they are called noise pollution. This we have to ignore it as much as possible. So students, in this chapter you are getting a little idea about sound and its characteristics, reflections, reflectors, practical examples, etc. Now I am going to give you today's classwork. Your classwork is for today is you have to write the experiment how the reflection of sound can be shown. Just I have explained in this video also, to show the reflection of sound, what you have to do, you have to write down the experiment from taking from the book, page number 80, activity 4. Draw the picture along with the experiment and then write your observations and conclusions, and everything you should write in your physics copy, school physics copy, and after that send it back to me by now through the mail ID which I am going to give you now. And your homework will be learn the full chapter of sound nicely, so that in my next class I can discuss the question answers with you and will get the positive answers from you. Okay, I hope you can understand it now. So do the classwork right now and send it back to me in my email ID. Thank you.